Georgia's Republican Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, has been in the news a lot recently. He's got a new book out, talks about that phone call that he had with Donald Trump where he said he felt threatened by Donald Trump to go and find the votes. He also talks about all of the death threats that he got, that his wife got, that his family got. And then in a recent interview with MSNBC's Mehdi Hasan, Raffensperger said he won't rule out voting again for Donald Trump in 2024 if Trump is the Republican nominee. A man who has had his life threatened repeatedly because he refused to overturn the election for Donald Trump says he may still vote for him. I'm at a loss. I am absolutely 100% at a loss for words right now. Let me put it this way. If ever I did something to another individual, for another individual, whatever it is, and that individual got all their friends to say they want to kill me, they want me dead, they want my wife dead, they want my kids dead, and then that person came back to me and said, hey, would you mind doing me a favor? I wouldn't say yes. But that is exactly the situation that's happening with Raffensperger. Raffensperger right now, because of his new book, is profiting off of this. Because I can promise you the people buying his book right now, it's not the die-hard Republicans. It's a bunch of liberals out there who want to know what really happened, how evil Trump was, and how bad his life is because he went against Trump. But now you're telling me that you would still consider at least voting for this guy in 2024? Even though his supporters, the people you would be aligning yourself with, want you dead. This is why the Republican Party makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Kind of like people like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger as well. They refuse to leave the Republican Party, even though the Republican Party is telling them every day, we hate you. They're still sitting there saying, well, no, we can do better than the Republican. We can make it better. No, you can't. If you stay in it, you're a part of it. Even if they vote for you to not be a part of it, like they recently did with Liz Cheney. You cannot divorce yourself from it. Raffensperger is basically the new Ted Cruz. Trump came out during the Republican primary 2016 and attacked Ted Cruz, called his wife ugly, suggested his dad may have helped kill Kennedy. And Ted Cruz started licking his boots. Went and there's that infamous photo of him phone banking for Donald Trump, looking like he's depressed as hell. And I think that's what's happening to Raffensperger already, too. These people don't care about themselves. They don't even care about their families. All they care about is the political agenda of the Republican Party. It's insane. And at this point, I no longer feel any sympathy whatsoever for what's happened to Brad Raffensperger if he's willing to put himself back in that situation. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, and apparently you're Brad Raffensperger. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you want even more Ring of Fire, we encourage everyone to like, comment, share, but most importantly, subscribe. And don't forget, you can find me on all social media outlets at Fair and Balanced.